What is RICO law? The Racketeering Influenced and Corrupt Organizations RICO Act is a group of federal laws passed by the United States Congress in 1970 to deal with organized racketeering activity. RICO law is specifically directed at individuals or organizations involved in systematic, long-term illegal activities. It increases criminal penalties and allows civil claims to be pursued by injured parties against individuals, businesses, or groups for actions taken as part of a criminal organization. An individual can be charged with racketeering under RICO statutes if, within a 10-year time frame as part of a criminal enterprise, he or she commits 2 crimes from a list of 35 detailed in the Act. Of the 35 crimes that form the body of RICO law, 8 are state crimes and 27 are federal. Bribery, gambling, murder, arson, extortion, prostitution, counterfeiting, drug dealing, acts of terrorism, and kidnapping are among the 35 crimes. It also is possible to prosecute white-collar crimes under RICO law. Embezzlement and obstruction of justice appear on the list, as do mail, wire, bankruptcy, and securities fraud. The RICO Act originally was legislated to prosecute the mafia and others involved in organized crime, but over time, the definition of what constitutes racketeering activity has expanded. Consequently, the application of RICO law has broadened to include a variety of individuals, organizations, and activities. Among other enterprises, RICO law has been applied to drug cartels, street gangs, corrupt police departments, political parties, protest groups, terrorist organizations, corporations, managed care companies, bankers, and insurance and securities firms. Both criminal and civil punishments exist for violations of RICO law. A convicted defendant may be sentenced to as much as 20 years in prison for each racketeering count and are fined up to $250,000 US. In addition, the defendant forfeits all rights over the enterprise and any gains derived from the racketeering activity. Defendants also may be sued in civil court, where a plaintiff may be awarded as much as 3 times the amount he or she lost. The intent of the many punishments and penalties is to completely cripple and eliminate the organized criminal enterprise involved. Legislation equivalent to RICO law is found in countries other than the United States. Australia, Canada, and New Zealand have similar legislation and regulations. The International Criminal Police Organization, Interpol, has developed a standardized definition for RICO-like crimes. In spite of this, the implementation and enforcement of RICO legislation varies widely around the world. Generally, most countries cooperate with the United States in the prosecution of RICO crimes only when their own laws have been broken.
Yeah, look, stay on reaching for the energy. I ain't worried, give a fuck about the enemy. Beat his ass, got him thinking it was 10 to me. That's why tonight I'm on the weed, not the Hennessy. Niggas lying, but I tell you how it really be. Drop the game, I can sprinkle for infinity. I'm the player of the year if I do say, cause I treat a Saturday like a Tuesday. Came through with the sauce for the soul food. Eat good, smoke great, that's a whole move. Whole time, half time for the smoke break. In the mission, from the mission for the long cake. Laced up, rope chain, got my tongue tied. Top down, titties out, let them sun dry. I'm that nigga and I said it before I had proof. Can't believe it till they see it, that's a sad truth. Hey, I be out of time, out of blood rush. You be out of line, out of bounds, out of comeback. I be out of time, what it does that. You be telling lies in your rhymes, where your funds at. Real about money in my real name. Niggas 30 years old and they still lame. Tryna kick it in the H like a field goal. Touchdown with finesse, that's a heel toe. Look, fuck what you thought, nigga, think better. Sundress, no drawers, got the seat with her. Got my suede jumpsuit for the wind chill. Hot girl, but she blowing like a windmill. Truly, I ain't got a flex for the routine. too clean with a plate full of protein. Nigga worry about me, can't help you. Way better when it's heard and it's felt too. Get my weed from the west, gold from the south. Show 'em how to make them triple lows from the couch. Nigga counting on luck, ain't a life plan. I might have the last laugh for a lifespan. Hey, I be out of time, out of blood rush. You be out of line, out of bounds, out of comeback. I be out of time, what it does that. You be telling lies in your rhymes, where your funds at.
Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, everybody in the chat room. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning to you. Good morning to you. London Beauty, Trev, Lovable, Harlem. Good morning. Good morning. Let me see who I might have missed somebody, but let me see. I'm only here for a second, y'all, because I got to get to work. And then go to work. But hold on one second. Let me see if I can fix this. Technical issues every time, y'all. Every time. Let's see if that'll fix it. Come on, come on. Let's see if they fixed it. How's everybody doing? How's everybody doing? There you guys go. How's everybody doing? Everybody's good, 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 good. Good to see you guys. Good to see you guys. Welcome to the chat. Welcome to the chat. I just had a few things that was kind of on my mind that I just kind of wanted to hear some of your opinions about it. And as you know, with mine, and I'm just like, I'm wondering, how is this defense is going to come back? How is the defense going to come back? Especially once you keep playing the laws of the RICO. It's just like, okay, how are they going to come back? But before I jump into that, because I'm only here for a short period of time, right now, I got to get my butt up out this door again, you guys. This repetitive pattern has been going on for 20 plus years. And it's like, when does it come to the end? I'm playing that Powerball tomorrow. Hope y'all got y'all Powerball numbers ready because it is up to 400 million. So I'm going to go play my whole $5 worth and hopefully, you know, I can come across that 400 million, y'all. And I'm going to take care of some of y'all when I get back. I got to go tour the world. Well, yeah, with the COVID. I don't know. I'm good. I'm good. The concert was fabulous. It was fabulous. I do want to talk about one thing about the concert because I kind of saw it a little bit in the comments when I was at the concert. And I want to make some things perfectly clear. I do. I have to make it clear, right? I have a BFF, you know, and my BFF is very supportive of what I choose to do with this Mr. Robert Sylvester Kelly worldwide case, right? She never knocks me. She did the flyers and everything for when we came out for the Walk for Chaos and stuff, right? So she's always been there. We're going to have our differences. A lot of people will, right? What I saw in the chat was, you know, some things about Chili. Well, my BFF happens to be a TLC fan. She actually does a few things for them. She really knows them. You know what I'm saying? And that's as much as I can give you guys, you know, as far as her in the relationships of the TLC group, okay, with Chili and T-Boz. She's my friend. And my friend wanted me to come along with her. And this is not the first time. It's just that being friends, no matter what the differences are, I'm still able to kind of go and do. Am I a hardcore TLC fan like that? No, but she is. Am I a fan of the Bone Thugs? And they were there? No, but it's the music, just like how everybody enjoys Mr. Robert Sylvester Kelly's music. She will listen to his music. She doesn't have a problem with that. So it's just a mutual friendship that we have. Doesn't matter whether if I like what she's doing or if I don't like what she's doing. It's all about showing just support regardless. I just support her by being there with them. So in the chat room, in the comments at the concert, I was like, well, what Chili said, these things are so about Mr. Robert Sylvester Kelly. And I read that, and then you try to feel what another person is feeling by some of their responses or comments, right? I don't feel those things, you guys, because at the end of the day, whatever Chili has said, whatever, a lot of people has said out here, they're not up in the case. They're not up on the stands. The jury ain't hearing them. So I'm like, well, okay, so I can't develop like this feelings where I ain't fucking with you because you said these things about so-and-so. Right now, my attention is who is speaking on the stand, because after they speak, this is what the juror gets to hear. Not all of these people that has said these horrible things about Mr. Kelly or anybody else for that matter, but I don't develop that hate thing like, well, fuck you because you did so-and-so to so-and-so. That's just not me, especially when I know that, you can't be the one to take him down. It was just all words. People bitter. Will Smith wife, Jada, all of these people have said horrible things, but at one point you have to let them just do the talking. Because like I say, I'm not God. I'm of God, but I'm not God. So whatever it is that people say to, like, I'm gonna mention this one girl's name, y'all, and she get down dirty, ugly, or whatever on her channel about Mr. Kelly, but she is also a puppet of the Clarys. What do? And you reap what you sow, because everybody's still considered God's child out here. I can't say, well, you gonna get what you deserve. I don't know what they deserve. I didn't write the book. I don't have that spirit like that. So it is what it is. But and I do understand, and I did respect that comment. But at the same time, I was enjoying the music, and I was probably high as hell. It was all the Bones Thugs right there by me, right there with my friend. And I mean, they was blunting it up, just blunt to the blunts. And the blunts, I'm very sensitive to marijuana. Y'all call it weed or whatever. Could never stand the smell of it. Never, ever wanted to try it. The smell makes me so freaking nauseous. So if I ever get cataract or whatever they call that stuff, and weed was the only thing left to have to fix it, I'm gonna be in trouble. I'm gonna die, y'all. I'm gonna die. Ain't nowhere in the fucking world I can smoke that stinky shit. Like, it really, really, it's horrible. And they just kept going, and it was just clouds of smoke just everywhere. And they was turned up, y'all. So, and I was thinking, I think I might be high. I don't think that I'll pass a drug test tomorrow because of these niggas. The shit was coming through the mask. You feel what I'm saying? I got the mask on, and the more you inhale, the more it was intaking. I was intaking it, and I was like, oh my God. I was so glad when the Bone Thugs got off of stage, right? Because they was gone then. They had to go help board up the bus, pack the bus up, and all of that good stuff. But baby, I just don't like the smell of it. I cannot tolerate it. I can smell it a mile away. It's just funny, but smoke till you choke. I don't care. Y'all do your thing. You say you just have to have cataracts. So, but I can't be here too long, you guys. I really want to I'll be here for ladies' night. I definitely will be here for ladies' night because I'm gonna read over these text messages and everything like that. But I started off by playing you guys to remind you guys what is the RICO? What is considered to have one person charged with the RICO Act, right? And from listening to this and several other videos, right, they set us up to 1 to 35 actions that will cause the federal, your government, to come and charge a person with a RICO Act, right? To us, a lot of us is thinking that, it's mafia or it's drugs and, it's murder, hiring hitmen and for murder to that extent. Well, the laws did change a little bit to where now since the prosecutors used to have such a hard time coming after the big dog of the building, of the organization is what they like to use, right? Says that there's 1 in 35. So the way that I look at it is that they've chosen Mr. Robert Sylvester Kelly under 2 of them. And mainly is what we have been hearing from the transcripts and a lot of the media when they come back out to tell you the stories about what has happened over in NYC. So they're using the sexual part. We hear that because I'm looking at a lot of people. This is not about his sexual life. This is not about his sexual life. But what the prosecutors has done clearly was paint a similarity of the sex life. And then they came and they doubled down with the organization. Okay, so I jump around and I read lots of comments and everything, right? And I read lots of, I'm gonna have to use this word, justification, okay? But to justify what a lot of people are doing out here, right? You're not rebuttaling it back with why you're justifying it. I don't see that, right? I told you, I'm not there. A lot of us are not there. We don't know what happened. We can only conjugate up what we assume and how it would have turned out. And from hearing from a lot of close people, I guess, to Mr. Kelly or not close, because we're hearing it all around on the YouTube streets. So they're using the sexual part of it. They took the sexual part of Mr. Robert Sylvester Kelly's case, the prosecutors have done, if you will, and turned it into an organization of sex trafficking, prostitution. Those do underline with the RICO Act. As my title says, how will Mr. Robert Sylvester Kelly, even though it says, will Mr. Robert Sylvester Kelly defense win the RICO? I'm not seeing out here what people are, what do you think? What do you think? What do you think that Mr. Robert Sylvester Kelly's defense team has to bring to the table to beat these main 2 allegations about Mr. Robert Sylvester Kelly? In the RICO, when it's presented to the juror, it has to be presented showing that there is similarity of stories. Now, yesterday, I so happened to be listening to some things, right? And I hear people even, like I say, on their channels or wherever, where one of the ladies said that, I think it was the guy or something, where, he had to clock in and on the timesheets or whatever, and this or that. First of all, we have to start eliminating what is true and what is not true. And when I'm confused about some things, because I don't know what happened. I have the foggiest fucking idea, but there's a lot of people out on YouTube that seems to be knowing. I know conjugate. Listen, let me make up my words here. But you spelled it right. you spelled it exactly how I spelled it. Conjugate. Conjugate. Yeah. So sound good though. Shut up, anything. You can let that roll down past. Listen. You're going to have them coming at my head. But I didn't want to say congregate, but conjugate. Okay, whatever. Now you're gonna have me thinking about that word all day today, but you at least you spelled it right. I spelled it just like how you do. But so, and I'm just thinking about that, I do. How is the defense going to present their case to the juror to kill this RICO? How you guys, and I want to hear from you guys just for a second. What is it do you think that they have to do to kill this pattern? Because a lot of people on all of pretty much the Team Kill sides, we've all had sat here and said that, oh, well, was his girlfriends, right? But then we all know that, we're saying, well, they wanted to be around him, and I get that stuff. How are they going to debunk the fact that there was people that was working? Because that's part of what the prosecution has put together to align with the all of these women. They were working, doing what? I got to hear more of this from the Kale supporters, I including myself, because I'm trying to figure it out. Time cards. Will they be presenting that this was an actual a business that he was running? I need somebody to run the front desk. I can't be there to take phone calls in case another artist or something is trying to get in touch with me, or someone is interested in learning the music. So I get that part. What about someone that was bringing him the lunch and things when he's in the studio producing or making his music for 8 hours and he can't get out to get the lunch and things like that? It's what I'm desperately waiting to hear from the defense side, but like I say, I just kind of wanted to bring to you guys that the RICO, and according to the law, they really only have to push 2 of them, which in my honest opinion, they've done that. They pushed 2 of the RICO's laws out to try to stick it to Mr. Robert Sylvester Kelly. I'll use that easy word, stick it to him. They've used the similarity part of it. They established that it was this organization part to Mr. Robert Sylvester Kelly. And they're also now trying to establish where Mr. Kelly allegedly ran somewhat of a prostitution ring, okay? How will his defense come at that? When I'm hearing out here that, yep, they were around him, or there's pictures. I'm looking at the pictures, so we can't be in denial of that. They also have showed, I guess, allegedly, the juror a bunch of these text messages and things, right? What I'm not hearing, like I say, from the people is that wasn't Mr. Kelly. I'm not hearing that. It's, to me, what I'm hearing out here is pretty much everybody is kind of, putting him in some places. The pictures are definitely doing it. So I'm desperately waiting, you guys, for the defense to come on and really win this case, based on the fact that these girls did come on their own admission of being around him. They wanted to be around him, and he was doing that. I even heard somebody say out here that, oh, well, he was helping to raise these girls. And I was like, huh? They were already raised up. What are you talking about? So did they have jobs or what? You people have to be careful about some of the things that you're saying out here. And this is really coming from the Team Kale side. The other side, I'm not worried about. I don't watch them like that or whatever, but I'm watching this Team Kale side, and I'm looking at the comments. And whether you know it or not, a lot of the people on the Team Kale side, you guys are pretty much saying some things that, like you just shouldn't be saying, but I see it. And it's like, wow, well, don't think like that. Well, don't say it like that. This is what it is. Talk about how you feel about how the defense will beat each allegations. How? Get the proof for it. Put that out. Well, nobody's doing that, because I've been to several channels. And when I see that, it's like, okay, we're fighting this with feelings. We're fighting this with feelings. You're fighting it with feelings. You got to get out your feelings about it. What does the law says? And the law says in the RICO, there's 1 in 35 underlying laws. What did the prosecutor do? They came with 3. They took 3, 2.5 up out of there. They're going to prove, they prove that, okay, there's this organization. This is what they're telling the juror. Now they're proving that all of these women was around him, and this one alleges that this happened, and this happened. They brought a whole bunch of similarity of stories together. In our eyes, we feel, okay, they're lying. You're going to have to do what the defense is doing. Post up your comments and show where you know for a fact that these are lies, because a lot of people post them up as if you guys really know. I can't post them up. The only thing that I can do is like, wait for the defense. Let me see which allegations and how they target them. Then I know a lot of people says, well, all they need to do is show inconsistency. I get that. I truly, truly get that. And I hope that that is the case. I really do. So they got Joy coming up allegedly on the stand for the defense. It's like, how well would that work? Because you guys have to remember that she's got to be cross-examined as well. Will they find her an incredible witness or what? Because there is some things out there that she did say. There's 1, 2, 3, 3, 4, almost 3, 3 things that are out there, and the same way that the defense has to find things according to with what the prosecution has said to debunk them, to find inconsistency in them, is the same way the prosecutors will also do with Joy, because that's what they say. Allegedly, she's going to be coming to things. No, I'm not saying anything that they have proved anything. What I'm saying is that they did bring to the table what the laws are underlining under the RICO. That they did do. I'm not saying that they proven anything. Did they bring what the law is saying under the RICO? And under the RICO, it does says it's 1 to 35 of the underlying laws. So they did that part. What will the defense do for it, is what I'm saying. You said stop going before the wheel, especially if you don't have the facts. Kel's attorneys know what they're doing. I'm not doubting that. I understand strategy. I have to go in with strategies as well. Anything for clout. I do. I trust me. I do. I write it up, and trust me, I am on a defense side of the tracks when I do my write-ups. Let's say that, if you can understand what I'm saying. So I do say that, but I know that, and when I do my write-ups, I'll go a little bit further with you. And a person that I know or whatever, they've been charged with some things, right? And I know for a fact that when they're charged with some things, my opponents that has written up these charges against this person is going to put some things up in there that I'm pretty sure that is not true about this person. So now my job is to go find out and get all of my witnesses or all of my factual information that I can find to fight back against my opponent. So I'm well aware of that. It's just that I can't go into too much of depth with you on that. So have they painted their picture under the RICO law? They have, according to the law. They brought along what they assumed was going on, which was prostitution. They brought along similarity in the stories, is what I'm saying. My question is, how do you think that the defense will win their case according to the RICO law of what the prosecution has brought forth as one of the charges against Mr. Robert Sylvester Kelly? That's all I'm saying. And I said, I am anxious to see this, yes, they have proven, they have, these were some of them, I guess, was his girlfriends. I don't know that for a fact. I wasn't there anything for clout. So I can't say that. I can't tell you what the hell any of them was there for, because I don't know them. I really don't know them. But I'm listening to the stories, and I'm listening, and I'm listening to the transcripts as people read them. And now all of the prosecution side is out. Have they established this RICO? What will and how will the defense come at this, them establishing their part of the RICO Act towards Mr. Robert Sylvester Kelly? It's what I'm asking. So, and have I heard a lot of inconsistencies? Yes. Are there a lot of lies? I'm going to stick with inconsistencies because I don't know their stories. I wasn't there. I can't tell you who pooped in the cup. I can't tell you if any of these right here is real. I don't know. And I'm pretty sure a lot of people don't know. But according to this is what the prosecution pretty much presented into their case as far as establishing the racketeering, the organization. We, where they're saying we were trapped in a van, or we couldn't eat. Rob got his niece. I can read all of these because I've read them already. I just don't come on the screen to repeat what these employee number ones, employee number twos, employee number threes have said. You also have to keep in mind too that they also established this RICO, the government did, by using what they call employees. They're using his employees against him as well. So I'm just anxiously waiting for the defense to bring them and hit them all one by one. Another thing I was thinking with Joy allegedly coming to the stand, and we all know that she's coming allegedly into for the defense, right? And she is apparently will have a different version of her story with Mr. Kelly, just like the Diane lady did. She said he's a wonderful person. He's not like the way that these girls are describing him. Well, did he do this and he do this? Some of the things she did agree to it, and some of the things, and it was like not that away. It was just, this is his house. So to me, it's going to be like, who do we believe here? It's a tug of war. Who do we believe? All right, is Joy going to bring some type of evidence or something? What do they have to show? And what do they have? They showed theirs. The prosecutors showed theirs. Well, here's these text messages, and here's this picture of this, and here's this picture of that. And I don't know. I guess what I am personally looking for is to, with the defense, when they get ready to come back and rejoin the trial, I guess on Monday, I hear that they're supposed to be coming up. I'm waiting to see. I want to see it. I want to hear it. I mean, because I can't see it because I'm not there, but I want to hear it. Like in some of the defense, they did do a magnificent job, because I was hearing the questions. Well, were you here? Well, were he there? Were you doing this? Well, were you doing that? That's good. So now it's like, let's me hear what Joy has to say. Do you guys think that Mr. Kelly should take the stand in his own defense? Yeah, I know the defense doesn't have to prove anything. I understand that. I understand that they do not. All that they have to do is show where was inconsistencies with what the prosecution is alleging happened to these girls, whatever y'all want to call them, with them. I see what I see. And I know I see that it was a bunch of you groupies, a lot of females. I see poverty females. I see females that just didn't have much. And I see females that made a choice to join in his circle, especially after hearing that this is how I would like, this is what I would like to be called. Or I'm hearing a lot about this juice person in the transcripts and things, right? If you know that there's another girl there, then it's like, well, okay, well, why you stay? To me, that's showing that this was the type of lifestyle that you chose to be around Mr. Kelly in. It's not his fault that he is this person that he chose to be in life. I look on the other side of the street and everybody is saying, Mr. Kelly should have taken accountability about what has happened for him. One, being a man, two, being of age of a man. But you also have had a lot of these women that was of age. So you're thinking that if you are of age as a female, then you're ready. You're what's the problem? But they fight it with thinking that, and what Drunken Larry put out here in the stream, that, these was 13, 14, 15s or 9 years old or 10 years old, which I have failed to see at all. So I don't see that. But I don't get it. I don't get it where people are in their feelings about, well, okay, oh my God, he was 87, and oh my God, well, she was 18. Love is love. It is, it is what it is. Love is love. We may not like the age difference between parties, male and female. We may not never like but it's one in your family. It's one in everybody's family where there's a big gap between the age. You can't help that. You can't help love. And when I see all of these girls at 17, 18, because that's the magic number, right? 17. They were 17. They know what love is. You know what you like and you know what you don't like. I guess what they wasn't prepared for was for someone who has established their lifestyle, who had became rich and can get what they want or whatever, would have their rules to the way their lifestyle is. I think what happened, in my opinion, is that they wasn't aware that they were going to become jealous or, feel some type of way, because one of them is going to the movies today and the other one can't go to the movies today because this is their time. I think that they just, they wanted to get down in one way. That was just to be with him. But the unexpectancies of how to be with him came as a big shocker to him. And to me, it was jealousy. But I hear the defense in some points of when they're reading the transcripts, because that's the only way that I would know of where, okay, yeah, this girl was jealous. Okay, you got jealous, you got mad, you got jealous, you got mad. But there is no way that you can tell me at 17, even at 16, you guys, that you don't know what love is. You know why? Because, and there was one of R. Kelly's songs, Your Body is Calling, right? At that age, as a woman or girl, I'm gonna use girl, 16. At that age of a guy, it moves your body moves towards the opposites. You start to have the urge, right? Some of us, because you ain't going out there, you end up masturbating yourself just to see, okay, this is what's what. And I'm sorry, whatever. We all grown in here, right? Put a 1 in the chat. Everybody grown. But I don't sugarcoat too much shit. So, and you're going to find yourself. Now you're outside and you're at the gym or whatever, and he's smiling and you smiling, and things just starts to take its course, So, and we ended up being with somebody, and it'd be somebody that you don't even like, but because you're curious, Some of them was curious as well. Oh my God, I can get this, I can get this, I can get this, I can get this. But now you inside there and it's a whole bunch of stuff going on. Even at his studio, there was apparently rules at this studio. You ain't no under 17. There was apparently rules at the studio. And at 17, that is when they first started translate messages and stuff, right? I'm going to try to bring the messages, right? It's there. A female has the same option as from what I'm hearing the ops over there saying as the male does. I don't give a damn if he was 50 something or 90 something years old, right? When were they going to make that choice? You stepped inside of a world where he had the rules. He told, like, if I like to be called daddy. Those are signs. Bitch, like, do you want to call me daddy or do you not? Because if you don't, you can leave. What's your choice? They make the choices. When you make that choice to stay, you've made that choice to actually expect for quite a bit to come your way. You've made the choice to step in another world. You're in a whole nother world. You're in a whole nother league now of someone who can possibly have all of his rules written down, or her, in case somebody go, to, a female. It's written in stone. This is what's this. That's my private room. No one can go in the room. But after things start not to work out with these ladies, this is what I see. This is what I see. One's getting her hair done today, one's not. One getting to drive the car this day, one's not. Or he didn't pick up the phone this day and not. Well, he couldn't come himself because he's over here taking care of this. So I'm going to send somebody to go and do these things for you. They're mad. We get mad as hell when you don't have that one-on-one attention, when you don't have that direct attention, when you don't get that immediate attention, because the first thing as a female that's running through our minds, and according to a lot of these freaking messages that I have been reading, it's like, he with that bitch. He with that bitch. So there's honoring. And then the ones that's the most jealous is usually the ones that's going to hook up and start all of this, they don't like this one over here. They don't like this one over there. They don't like this one over there. And that's what I see in this story. But again, what is of law is where I also, I try to look at it like that. So my title says, will R. Kelly defense win his RICO? They pushed the three underlining laws, charges that underlies in the RICO. They did. They pushed the organization out there. They pushed the allegedly prostitution ring out there for the racketeering. They pushed allegedly the similarity in their stories, okay, under the law. Other than that, they wouldn't even been able to have their ass up in there doing any of this, the prosecution side. So they had to do something. How will the defense come back? Most of them throughout the whole 2,000 pages that we have been reading in the transcript from the ladies that are down in the overflow listening to things and bringing it back to the public. Yes, they have caught so much inconsistencies. So as long as the defense team keeps bringing out that this is a lie, this is not right, he didn't do this is this. In my opinion, because I'm going to answer this. Yes, they will. That's just my opinion. Yes, they will. They had been doing it all along through the case, through their cross-examination to the prosecution. They've been doing it. So I just want to see what you guys were thinking. Good morning, Tanea. Good morning. So you see where I was going with that now? Anything for Cloud? I just want to see, what do I think? I think they will. They have cross-examined and debunked and showed the juror lots of inconsistencies with the stories, numerous amount of lies in their stories of the people that has taken the witness stand for the prosecution. That's where I was going with that. I know you didn't like my word though, conjugate. But that's what I see. What will the jury see? None of us will know. We don't know. We're not there. So we have to wait. But can we sit out here and talk about it every day on what we feel and what we hope and what we pray and all of that stuff? I do. I am a Kelly supporter, and I have my reason for being an R. Kelly supporter out here. Okay. I told you guys 100, maybe 40 times or so. As far as the fan part of it, I'm not a groupie fan like that. I'm so diversified in my music to where I like all kind of music. So it's not the music apart 100, that draws me all the way in to Mr. Kelly like that. It's his persona. It's after I watched the 2002. I've read I have the 2002 indictment on my desk over here. And I read it. And after learning how with Lisa Van Allen, and now I'm sitting here watching, I don't know if you guys saw it, and I don't mind playing it, where allegedly Lisa Van Allen was in a sex alleged trafficking, whatever ring before she even met him. And according to the story, because this girl did not finish telling her story, that, and Mr. Kelly somehow, was she from, she was all around in Atlanta in the clubs or whatever. Did you guys see the story? Because if not, I don't mind showing the story. I think I still have it. Yeah, I don't mind showing the story. But to me, it sounds like he done nothing but try to save these women. Then I'm saving these women from their lifestyle, from their previous lifestyle. We don't hear that in the courtroom. We're not hearing what the prosecutors introducing what they used to do. You don't hear that shit. And I'm hoping that the defense would come with that. What the hell you used to do 5 years ago? What were you doing? To all of them. I want to hear, what were you doing 5 years ago? Well, who were you dating 3 years ago? One, before you met Mr. Robert Sylvester Kelly. So, I'm just saying, okay, let me see if I can find the story of this young lady who says that she was, let me say, out in the ATL, Lisa Van Allen. This was before Mr. Robert Sylvester Kelly, and they were out there. She said, that's her girl. It's her own girl, she was asked, does Mr. Kelly was, did he want you or did he want her? And it didn't play out that way. They just kind of ran into him and boom, boom, boom. And one thing led to another. So hold on, let me see if I can get it up in my history. So, oh Lord, my history came up with that other boy. So let me turn my phone down. Then I got to get up out of here, you guys, but it's weird, right? Oh, freaking weird. Hold on, because it was just sent to me, so I just got to find it on where did it come from. I got so much shit, y'all, and you trying to move this stuff around and put it here and move it there. It's like, oh my God. Like my phone and my computer gonna blow up. There's shit everywhere. I get sent so much stuff. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. So what time is it? 10:30? Oh, y'all gonna have me late for work. I'm gonna be late for work. So let's go. Hold on. Let me see if I got it through my IG. I thought it would be in my history. Interesting story though. Dark girl. That's my idea. And it's like so many people in this, in this. I don't even know where I put it, John. Ah, yeah, yeah. And then as soon as I log off, I'm gonna be like, oh, it was right there. Duh. No, I don't know where I put it. It's in one of these files. And I didn't even look. I just moved it so I have to find it. But it's a fact. It's a fact. And I'm gonna find it and then I'll show it to you guys probably tomorrow night. But there's a young lady. She's on, it was on the Breakfast Club. Who sent me that? Somebody sent me that. I don't know. And Donkey of the Day sounded like what, like you what, and she talks about how her and Lisa Van Allen, they was touring, ATL already in trafficking, already in the game, and she talks about how and who met them first, and it goes on and on and on. But those are the things that I would also like to hear, coming from the defense team. What were you doing, and who was taking care of you then? And, they did do some of those things through cross-examination and stuff. But hello, everybody in the chat. Hello, it's good to see everybody. Good to see everybody. So interesting. It's just interesting. You said that's the link. I don't see the link. How you doing, Pernell? When is you know what? That's a good question, T. London. I think, but they say that they're getting ready to rest their case. And if they're getting ready to rest their case, and you may not see Cheryl on the stand, so I wasn't surprised, because like I say, after reading all of the employees, and they were telling you right here, who all pretty much was going to be, and everybody was trying to guess, who was who, employee one, who's employee two, who's employee three, who's employee four, who's employee five, and all of this stuff. But sitting up there watching them get that one guy, like I said, that was talking about, how he had to, he asked him, did you have to clock in? Was it time thing? Yes, I went over there, got my thing, I swiped my card. So what they have done was taken Mr. Robinson Vesta Kelly organization, which was his company. This is his company. He's hired people. These people got to do work. How do they get paid? Well, you got to sign in, you got to clock in and stuff. But no, you have the prosecution that came and took that and used that as part of an organization, a criminal organization. They just came and they just flipped everything. I don't see it, Beauty. Oh, there it is there. Oh, okay. Let me see if I can click on it. I don't know if you guys will be able to see it though. Hold on. Oh, you'll be able to hear it though. Okay, hold on.
Morning, everybody. It's Steve.
I hate playing on this. Okay, I just want to get to the part where she's talking, so not Donkey of the Day.
You want to tell the people exactly who you are and what you do?
Please. My name is Tony D. Rivera. I'm an advocate for sex and human trafficking. I was a victim. I went from being a victim to a trafficker. And now I rescue. Most people call me the Black modern day Harriet Tubman. Why?
Yeah,
I
yeah.
don't know.
Now tell us your story. Let's start from the beginning because you said you were a victim.
Oh, the
Yes.
official title is anti-sex trafficking activist, right?
Yes.
Okay, gotcha.
Yes.
Now you said you were a victim. What happened? Explain what happened, because like Charlamagne said, we love you. But when you, sometimes when you talk to us, it's like
I got 3 daughters.
like the other day,
you know
he's
what
like,
I'm
"Andy, let me
saying?
talk to you about trafficking." I'm like, "Ooh,
Lord have mercy,
ooh."
man. But people need
But
to
you
hear
need
these
that
stories,
conversation.
though.
Yeah.
So what happened?
Went to the Freaknik.
Freaknik in
And I
Atlanta.
went to the
Atlanta.
What
freak
year is
meet.
this?
96.
96.
How old were you? I don't want to put your age out there, but were you a teen
Yeah, teen.
or teenage? Okay.
16 turning 17.
And went down. We were supposed to be home, sleep over. But I'm the one of the group that's like, I want to go, I want to do things, I want to see everything, I want to just be out there.
Right.
Coming from the little town, which Charlamagne know where I'm coming from, it's very small.
Mhm.
And
What's the town called?
the count.
Okay, I gotta stop sharing the screen, but I'll let you guys continue to hear.
I gotta say this because a lot of kids out there be like, what the heck is Freaknik? Freaknik is like what Miami 4th of July, Miami
Yes.
Martin Luther King weekend is now, where we all used to go down to Atlanta, and it used to be
times 100 though.
disrespectful times
Yes.
100.
Very,
Go ahead.
very much so. We went down, we had no money. Mind you, no money there for gas, no food, money for food, nothing. So I was like, you know what, I'm gonna do what I do best. Got on top of the car, had a little Daisy Dukes on, as we used to call it, start dancing. And right before my eyes, made us $800. It was me, my friend Val, Tanya, Jackie, this guy named Curtis, and we had nothing.
So people just started throwing money.
Throwing money.
Mhm.
Then once I got off the car, this guy came up to me, and he was like, "I see you like to dance, huh?" And I was like, "Yeah." And he just gave me this fat wad of money. And being from where I'm from at that time, you didn't talk to your kids about stranger danger.
Mhm.
So me getting that kind of money from somebody who I don't know, and then he had that New York accent, so it was like,
Talking fast,
yeah,
a lot of cash.
yes,
Okay.
yes,
And
to get the gas.
It's never too old for stranger danger, by the way.
Oh, it's really not.
Yeah.
It's really not. And when he gave me that, he was like, "Where y'all staying at?" I was like, we don't know yet." He was like, "I can get y'all a room." So he got us a room at Howard Johnson by the airport. So we went
Howard
there.
Johnson back in the day was
Yes.
where you stay. Howard Johnson,
Yes.
Red Roof Inn, but go ahead.
Yeah, we stayed there. We still not thinking nothing about it. So he was like, I'm going to a club. I don't know if y'all remember Cheetahs down in Atlanta.
Yeah, I remember Cheetahs.
So he took me there, told the guy that I was 18. They let me in. And next thing I know, I hear Southern Belle, Southern Belle come to the stage. I'm like, who the fuck is Southern Belle? I'm looking around like everybody else is looking around. Who's Southern Belle? Next thing I know, he tell me to go on the stage. So I get on the stage and start dancing, and I'm really seeing the money. And
So Southern
just
Belle,
went
he
from
pointed
there.
to you, he can say go. You was like, all right, well, we ain't got no money anyway.
Exactly. So got on the stage, started dancing, made more money. So it was like me coming from a little town, not knowing about stranger danger, and me just getting all this money, but not knowing in the back of my mind he had something set up for me.
And what was that plan that he had for you?
Okay, I don't want to go through their
Back then,
whole
y'all
video,
thought-
so let me
we
go
all
fast
thought-
forward and see if I can find where she talks about Lisa.
Going on because I wrote the book. Everybody knew something was going on because they just thought that I just left because my background was coming on. We had a party after that, and I went because he wouldn't let me go.
Question. Wow. Shouldn't we change the language, like from recruiting and shopping to kidnapping?
Yes,
Okay.
yes, and that's my big thing right now that I'm having trouble with because I'm trying to get someone to help me write it up so I can get the laws changed. What the system is doing now, you don't see too many
Girls out there, I'm sure, or some dads or some moms is like,
I got to find the.
It's never too old for stranger danger, by the way.
Oh, it's
I
really
do not want to watch this whole thing because I don't watch the Breakfast
So he
Club
took
like
me
that.
there. Told the guy that I was 18. They let me in. And next thing I know, I hear Southern Belle, Southern Belle come to the stage. I'm like, who the fuck is Southern Belle? I'm looking around like everybody else is looking around.
Okay.
Southern Belle.
I don't like
Next
the
thing I know, he
Breakfast
tell me
Club.
to go on stage.
I
I go on
just
stage and start dancing.
I have to
I'm
come
really
off of
seeing it.
this.
but Southern Belle, he pointed to you, he can say go.
That is the lady, Tony B. Riviere. So you guys want to finish watching it to go see how she talks about how her and Lisa Van Allen allegedly was already out there doing their thing in the ATL or whatever. A lot of us have probably visited the Freaknik. I've been to it about, I think, 3 times, you guys, 3 times. Yeah, I did. I'm not going to give all the details about it, but in that video,
lady, Tony D. River.
Okay, let me get rid of that. I always get that echo. So go check it out. You'll hear her talk about how Lisa Van Allen was already out there, whatever, came across, I guess, Mr. Robert Sylvester Kelly. To me, when I start hearing all these past stories, it's always at the very end. Okay. They have to go and check it out because that's the Breakfast Club. They hit my freaking channel for playing all of that probably. But, you know, when I start hearing like these people have these past, when I saw what's her name, Faith Rogers, right? And I see her pictures or whatever. Well, apparently she was doing her things. The ops will tell you that gives a man still no excuse about what and how they should handle females, right? I can't say whether if a person shouldn't have not gotten angry to the extent of because someone has stolen their money. I can't say. I don't know people react to an action. You feel what I'm saying? So I can't do that. I can't say whether if it was right or wrong. I just can't do it. If that is the way his anger, if he got angry to handle a person about stealing his money, then, you know, what is justifiable, because we've seen people react to a whole bunch of different anger actions towards them out here. You've seen it. What does a person do? You can walk down the street, and if you step on a person's toe, they're about to shoot the shit out of you. Was that what? Should that person get buried? Should that person get? I don't know. I can't judge that. What I'm showing you is that there is a pattern of a reaction to an action. You don't know what your reaction is going to be. It just spontaneously, like literally just come. If those things had happened, this is everything else that these girls have said and done is where it failed me to believe, to beyond belief or whatever. You got out of this house, not at 17, 18, 26, 36, 46, 52. You got out. You go call, you go get help. I think that, you know, I try to be passionate about the people that has been through a similar thing with sexual assault. I do. I completely understand it. I get it that it is really hard to understand a lot of actions from another person to the extent because I haven't been through it. I don't have close friends. They don't talk about it. If they've been through it, they must have healed from it. I don't see it like that, right? But I see a lot of people where they done been through it and then they take it personal or whatever. And I have to say her name, right? Because I see how she's putting on and putting out over on her channel here and there, right? Because I think that now she has these puppet strings underneath her. According to all of the other ladies that is in this shenanigans of with Mr. Robert Sylvester Kelly, shenanigans, right? They full of shit. That's what she said. Whitney D TV. Whitney D TV. All of these other ladies and all these text messages, half of them women in that story who claims to be victims, she is saying it's full of shit. You know, the text messages and all the fucking, you couldn't use your brain to do this and then you gotta go visit her, right? The only person that is not full of shit on her live is Azriel Clary, you guys. That's the only one. She is the only victim in Whitney D's ass. Everybody else was, this girl could have done 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 this. And I was like, huh? So I have to do, you know, I'm watching and everything. As I noticed, you know, you got Alice Clary that donates, and you got Angelo Clary, who is, that's right, milking them. Right, say that part. So I'm sitting here going, and as I watch the ops over there, because they are, they're angry. They're angry because some of them, or one of them, or two of them, may have went through a similar situation of what these girls are alleging that they went through. So why isn't this man locked up or buried underneath the cell or whatever? Whitney D was over there saying that she didn't give a fuck if they murdered, kill, put cement on him and 5 houses on top of him. Huh? And I was like, well, really? If you felt that way about advocating for having people murdered, put up under a house before the defense comes along and the whole trial goes through, what does that say about you? Something ain't right about you. She said, as God is her witness, God ain't finna witness you on sitting here saying what another person's actions should be. That's up to him. So I'm sitting here going, ooh, this girl, okay, something, I don't know what spirit this is, but you only riding for Azrael. You ain't advocate. You ain't. I don't know. That's her channel. I just so happen to be, tipping by, looking back, and little nose, and I kept it fucking moving. It don't say nothing wrong, though, because she gonna block the fuck out of y'all asshole. I'm over there typing and all this, but I can tell that, and had it be her, let's say, on the stand, right, telling her story. Do she not understand that the jury will also see that, well, wait a minute, you one-sided here. Then you gonna talk about, well, what about the other girl? She'd have left all the other victims behind. And she over there, that's real. And I so happen to look up, what money will buy you? What will money buy you? And them Clarice is dropping her money. And she doing what is expected. Little do she know that what she did show that she is part of racketeering. The Clarice have established an organization, and they're paying Whitney D to drop and do whatever they want to do. Is that manipulation? Is Angelo Clary wrong for that? Should he get a house, go up underneath the jail and be hung by a noose? Because he got this girl in total freaking control. This is not her using her own free thinking. This is her doing something for somebody else, being told. She's being coached and told, allegedly, what the fuck to do over there. Isn't that the same thing? Isn't that the same thing? She also talks about how she was somewhat, I guess, sexual assaulted, I guess, allegedly. So that is boiling her anger. She's at 185 degrees hot against Mr. Robert Sylvester Kelly. It's another one. He done nothing to you. So with me, the only thing that you can do is pretty much just tell the case, read the case, and move on. I don't understand how a person can take their actions out on another person who did not do anything to you. So you have to kind of sit neutral to it. It ain't going to heal you. It ain't going to kill you. It ain't going to do neither one. All that anger and they ain't going to do nothing. You're still going to be left in a situation where you may have to talk about your situation again and again and again and again. But using someone else's situation to push out your anger and flow your feelings out there about what you think should happen to this man is ludicrous. It is straight up ludicrous. Like, you sit neutral. And it also show a pattern that you did not get help, or you have not overcome it. I don't know if people can ever overcome it, but you can sit yourself neutral so that you don't pass judgment on someone that did not do personally anything to you. But that's their story over there on the other side of the street that I just so happened to catch. But I ask you guys again before I leave up out of here. We're talking about the RICO Act. Did the prosecution bring along and push to the jury the underlying laws, the charges that can be brought forth under the RICO Act. In my opinion, I have to say, yes, they did. Go and look up 1 through 35. They're in there. They pushed out to try to establish that the organization where Mr. Robinson Kelly was offering the women help for their lives. Help you, I can get you to do this. Well, you can do that. And here's a time clock. Fill out your time sheet, so that the company or whatever it is, they can pay you appropriately, for your work. And then you have some that come in as mentors, or what do they call it? Not the mentors, I can't even think of the word right now, just left my mind. Where they're coming in and learning the process of how a business would run, so you had those that come in, like that one guy, what was it, James, what was it, 20, or what was the guy? And he said, he was a music producer, and the defense came back and said, well, what did you do after, this is that? You still ain't doing shit, nothing. We were brought in here. Then he says that, well, if when he was brought in and he went to school to learn media and the music and everything, but to be I'm still looking for the word, y'all, because I can't even think of it right now. What's the word, y'all? When you come in and you're learning the business and you're not getting paid for it. Intern, got it myself. Thank you. Come to me, just pop to me. You being an intern. So if you only came in here to be an intern to, kind of learn this, or that, because you went to school for this and things like that. And this is my opinion. Now, if I'm coming to Mr. Kelly, hey, I need my resume, can you help me? I need to be an intern. I'm in school for, media 101, 102, 103, or 4 but I like to pick up at least about 100 hours, and so that I can include this and possibly land a job here. Mr. Kelly tells me, well, yeah, sure, okay, for the internship, for leveling up my game and learning all of the media work, right? The boards and all that stuff, right? Now, I'm noticing about 3-4 months in, right? I'm answering phones. I'm taking notes. I'm doing messages. I'm getting this over here. He's got me doing this. And at some point, I'll have to ask myself, well, what the fuck is it? Where's the keyboards at? How do I get the red plug into the yellow plug? And 3-4 months in. Now, I understand the first month or so I'm in, and it is learning the people, learning this. He can't get me into the studio part yet to learn the bass and the treble and all that stuff. That part I understand. This gives me an opportunity. We talking about 3-4 months in now. I ain't went and seen the keyboard or something. Yeah, I got a fucking problem with that. This is what I came here for. So you got this guy who's sitting here now and wants to tell his story about what now he's punching in, because he took on the job now of doing something else. What about what the fuck you came there for? And that's how I feel with quite a few of these stories out here. If you ain't came for what you came for, why in the fuck are you still here? But then you can come on the stand and change the whole fucking story up about what he didn't do this, he didn't do that. Who are grown ass people? Mr. Kelly, when we gonna get to this part of so-and-so? Because if not, then I have to move on, because I'm really trying to, get my resume and stuff going so that I can land me a good job in media out here. That's not happening. I don't want to answer phone calls and run and get Burger King every day. It's so easy to say that because he had an open door policy. But when you were in there and things change and he has a different rule, well, I'm going to need you to go over there, open up the mail, be the mail boy. I'm sorry, I ain't gonna open no goddamn mail. Where the goddamn keyboard and stuff up? But well, we don't have that position open right now, whatever. Okay, I gotta go, deuces. But a lot of them didn't seem to do that, even with the women. If it didn't fit your lifestyle, being around this man who obviously has a beard and all this stuff, you felt and everything is icky, and now you could buy Oh my God, I'm gonna keep saying almost every time I come on here. There's another woman in the kitchen. There's a woman over there on the couch. There's a woman over there shining the shoes. You're 17, 18, 19. Don't you want to know who and what the fuck? Especially if you had an agenda coming there to be the goddamn wife. Don't you want to know? Or you just want to play the whole fucking game out to see how everything was just going to fall out and then everybody get mad at everybody and you do something, a female, we would do some intentionally fucked up shit to make the other female mad where she can leave, and then the elimination process. You have a female walking around that think shit don't stink, and we all know who the fuck that was. We all know who that was, right? And now, if you leave on your own, and Cognizant, if you leave, then I will be the only one. But nobody was leaving fast enough. Nobody was leaving fast enough. It was all still just because they was enjoying. I got to go. Oh, we going to ATL. Oh, we going to California. Oh, we going over here to Detroit. Oh, we going over here. Enjoying the fuck out of this lifestyle. But it wasn't eliminating fast enough for one or the other. Can't get this one out the way. That bitch still in the goddamn way. You know, they all aware that this man likes his women. Likes his women. He said it on his goddamn stage, and he got a man up there who going home with me tonight. You must be 18. Bitch, if you raised your motherfucking hand up and you went and jumped over there in that correlation of that organization of that motherfucking lifestyle that he 18. Who going the fuck home? Them motherfuckers, me. You signed up right there. You signed up for the good, the bad, and the fucking ugly of that type of fucking lifestyle. And that's just how I feel about the game. That's just how I feel about it, but it didn't work out. Prosecution got hold of these. Hello, Earthstar. Kim Fox got hold to it. Jim Derogatis got hold to it. The Black women are in trouble. Trouble. Black women in trouble. They're being held as a goddamn cult. They're being held hogtied. They're being this, they're being doing that, they're doing this, and they're doing that. All these people with these allegations about what this man was doing behind closed doors has now come out, and the prosecution has taken his life and flipped it against him. Oh, you got people punching in. They sign a time cards. Okay, organization, motherfucking organization. All right. Oh, so you went. Faith, you went over to what? You've been to LA, you've been to trafficking. Okay, this prosecution putting this shit together. Trafficking. He moving y'all, huh? Moving y'all. Okay. I'm gonna tell y'all something else that got me to where I have to say free R. Kelly. Tell you one more thing, and then I'm getting the hell up out of here. And y'all go have a good day. Then you got the third thing. Oh, well, just tell us how, he made me have the sex with Niece, and Niece was with Juice, and Juice was with D, and D was with V, and V was with R, and all of them, right? You'll never hear nothing about. I have not heard many out of all of these women, right, where none of them really talks about, in the sex books, we really read like he spread my legs. He poured the oil down my chest. He got the strawberry. Then he eased it in to penetrate. We don't hear none of that. It was about 5. Oh, and we sex for like 2 hours before I come. Okay, graphic, right? Y'all get where I'm going with that, right? You don't hear that play out about it. You hear all of the other stuff. This is what killed me with a lot of these girls, right? And I get it, because this is how the prosecution was able to establish this organization part of their prosecution side of their story, right? Hello, Luther Vandross fan. Ooh, can you do that? Ooh. Like that. My Father and Me on a Dance with My Dad. One of my favorite song now by Luther since I lost my dad sometime last year of May. So due to the COVID, but rest in peace, Dad. But this is what got me, you guys. So then we can get up out of here. Did you guys welcome the new subscriber? I appreciate you and thank you. Thank you for coming over and watching us talk, or watch me talk over here. Ain't that right, Lady D? Daz, what up? What up, you guys? What up? So this is what killed me for this whole goddamn testimonies of these ladies. All I've been hearing is Rob wasn't there. No, we had to call so-and-so, and then they would call Rob. Rob wasn't there. Somebody had to call Rob. We had to wait for Rob to call. Rob would call, Rob would call. We had to wait for Rob. Rob wasn't there. Rob was never there. Rob wasn't there. But you have to pay attention to why the prosecutors asking these stories. And it was to set up these patterns of this organization, meaning that they had to speak to someone else to get to Rob. And that's what they came with. That's what they came with. But it throwed me far, far back, you guys. Rob wasn't there. I love hearing that part. And I truly do hope that the juror is hearing that part of the story. I do. Rob wasn't there. Rob wasn't there. Or we couldn't get hold to Rob. We couldn't get hold to Rob. So we had to talk to so-and-so, so-and-so. That's your motherfucking problem. We couldn't get hold to Rob. That's all I kept hearing. And like in a lot of the transcript readings out there. Every time. Well, what did you have to do? Well, we had to send away. You'll never hear about, what time did he show up? What was he wearing when he showed up? Where were you when he showed up? How long were you there after he showed up? You don't hear none of that shit. No, we just had to get to, and so-and-so, well, when we wanted to eat, we just had to contact so-and-so, and then they would bring the food. I look at that as taking care of you. I look at it like, you should have felt like Queen Bitch. I ain't got to get up, go to Burger King. That motherfucker's break. I snap my finger. Boop, boop. I need some food. Okay, we're gonna get hold of. Well, she say less, nigga. I watch my TV, nigga, and crunch a little cracker or something. This nigga giving me room service. What? But I get it. The ops doesn't look like that. The prosecution hasn't painted their picture like that. They painted their picture like that they was trapped in the fucking closet. That's how they painted their picture. I'm sorry, but that's what they did. They took this man's story. They took his life. And they 360'd it out here to the world. Now, before I leave, in the comments below, you guys, leave me what you guys think, how the defense will handle this RICO Act. What do you think the jurors are going to see in this RICO Act? With the 3 things like I brought to you guys of what is underlining in the laws according to the RICO Act. You have to think lawfully a little bit. And I ain't no lawyer. I don't do all that. Mine is a little bit different of what I do in my occupation. And I'll drop a hint, arbitration. I just don't come out here and do that because my job has absolutely nothing to do with YouTube. And I would never jeopardize my job, ever. It's my livelihood. But I get to go up against ops. I have to go and read all of their paperwork, right? And I have to come back and submit what I don't think. Or it's not about what I feel. According to this here, article, you can't, you can't do this. They're gonna counter out, oh, well, we have this, we saw her, she walked out, we did this, and it was 45 minutes, and then their contractual shit, it may say, well, up in here, employees expected to be doing 20 minutes of so-and-so. I got to go try to fight and get this motherfucker off. You feel what I'm saying? So it's no different from me. It's just that on here, I have to downplay what the fuck I do and what the fuck I know. That's just it. My job has got to stay safe. That's how I pay my fucking bills. So I would never do that. But you guys have to ask yourself. And the truth of the matter is, did they bring it? They did. They took this man's life and they turned it into sex trafficking. They turned it into having an organization, which to us, we all know that the organization that he had was providing for a lot of people out here so that they can have freaking money. Hello, they got to eat. A lot of them was coming and going. You got bills, you got girlfriends, you got babies, you got all this shit. Yep, you can come in here, make sure you sign this paper, and the NDA, because we don't want you to be able to take what we are doing up in here to somebody else. We don't want you to be in here recording this and stuff and then take it somewhere else to give them an idea. And then they steal our idea. Then their whole studio is set up just like how mine is. And then ain't nobody coming over here. They going over there because you've sold off our fucking information. It works no fucking different than fucking media out here. How they strike your page about stealing their content because you're going to go over there to watch it. Yeah. That's just how it is. But that's what they did to him. How would the defense handle that? It's what I'm more curious at now. It's what I want to learn. That's what I want to hear. That's what I want to know. And accordingly, this is coming up next week. So I guess we all have to get our popcorn ready and wait for it to happen. The sexual act, did he prove it? Did they push the racketeering out there? Where were they? Were they over in Atlanta? Did he take them over here? Did he take them over there? How will the defense come back and debunk all of that stuff? What time? When? How? What? When? What was the color of the bus? Who was driving? They're gonna know all that stuff. The drunk Larry said, bus drivers. That shit's still coming up. A lot of shit's still coming up. Yeah. Well. Welcome to the Mr. Robert Sylvester Kelly. Take down round 2 from the prosecution. How well will the defense pull him out of this? That's what I'm interested in knowing. My feelings ain't in this game about this, because when you put your feelings into the game about it, you forget completely all about the goddamn laws. And then you would come out here and perpetrate and be saying, well, he didn't do this, who didn't do it? He didn't have, okay, well, show the people, since you know the fucking facts and your opinions to put out here. You want to convince the people, you got to run it with your goddamn, your exhibit right behind it, just like how they have to do in the courtroom. That's why I'm here. I say free R. Kelly all day. I don't like how they came after him. I don't like the fact that you got 17, 18-year-olds, 19. We're going to sit here and act like that we don't know how the body reacts to a man, or how a man would react to a woman, depending on how you are and who you are and how you move and things that you say. He was saying those things as a man. Call me dad. Bitch, you have to call him dad? Shit, you better call somebody else. Come call you dad. Could done that. But see, money blinds us from everything, every freaking thing, everything. I got to get out of here. It's 11:13. Support the channel. You guys hit the like button, share the goddamn channel. Don't forget to go over there on the One Pap Pools channel. We are on the One Pap, and get your subscription up over there, because sometimes I jump on the other side of my channel to give you guys a little bit of what I know over here. Shout out to all of my moderators in the channel, you guys. And before we leave, you know I like to show love, because I am of love. I am. Just don't rub this side. This side might not be feeling good today, and I might come at your ass. Don't try this side. I don't know what this side gonna be feeling like when the fuck I wake up. Rub one of them, and depending on the day and how I feel. I would not be slandered out here. I would not be torn down. I'm not going nowhere. It's like, knock that shit off. Everybody's out here, they say, for the reason, and that's free R. Kelly. Got your ops over there doing their thing. I have to let them do their thing. They're entitled to their opinions. They're entitled to their anger. They're entitled to however they want to feel today. But then to come out and try to take something from somebody because they're only speaking their opinions and the little knowledge of what they're trying to learn about the Mr. Robert Sylvester case, I watched the 2002. And what I see is just a replay of the 2002 is just enacted a little bit better with the help of Lifetime, pushing these freaking narratives out here about sex. And he did this and he did that and he gave me herpes and he did this and we did that. Well, we know that there's a thin line between fucking herpes and you cannot find it. You have to go all the way back to the fucking beginning. That's it. And if you don't know that you got the fucking herpes when you were born, because it might have came through from your mother, when you don't know. It might have came through when you kissed your first boyfriend at the age of 8. You don't know. You don't know. You've never been tested like that at 8. You might not have an outbreak from 8 years old until 20. Then, oh my Lord, here come one and oh my God, I kissed him and he gave it to me. You don't know. You cannot find it until you go back to fucking birth. You don't know. You don't know. But it was so easy for them to use that against him. If the test did come back, I don't know. If it didn't come back, I don't know. I didn't even follow it because I didn't want to hear the bullshit about the herpes case. I just didn't want to hear it. Because I know that you have to go way the fuck back to trace fucking herpes. Yeah, you do. You do. You know, I didn't want to hear that shit. There's a lot of stuff out here that I really didn't want to hear. It's a lot of stuff that I haven't watched. Like, I don't hear the shit. I don't want to hear them crying no more, trying to push the fucking narrative out there. I didn't want to hear it. I didn't see police reports. You don't hear nothing about I had to have stitches down here. You don't hear nothing about if he tied me up or nothing like that. You don't hear anything about they have anxiety attacks for being fucking claustrophobic or locked in a closet. I don't hear none of that shit. I don't hear that. I don't get, they didn't have to go to the doctors. They didn't have to do none of that. That's fine. But what I don't hear is the after effects that should normally be there. And I don't hear it. I don't hear it. What, the one from the yesterday? Well, the goddamn people, maybe that was 20. And she had an anxiety attack and she fainted and she couldn't show up in court. Oh my God. Black women. Y'all tell us that we're strong. Black women, she fainted. So did she want to get Mr. Robert Sylvester Kelly really, really bad in her testimony to really stand strong? Or did she want to just put on this fucking act that, oh my God, I'm still scared at all. I feel sick and I'm about to fucking faint. Which one do you want? It's a struggle there. I'd have fainted if I was her. If I was her, I'd have fainted afterwards, nigga. You gonna get this word. See, you gain your strength when you're coming after the person that hurt you. You gain it because you want him bad. Where the fuck you falling out before you get the nigga? Where you do that shit at? Black women. So you tell Jim Derogatis, y'all, you tell him, and this coming from a message from me, you will never understand Black women to speak on Black women. You will never understand. And them two women that were sitting up there on that fucking stage, up there with you, were telling their stories or whatever. See, you can only try to feel it, but you don't live it. You understand the strength that the Black woman will have, especially poverty as Black women who ain't got shit, because we are already fucking mad about oppression. We mad than a motherfucker. We already mad. So you're going to sit here as a white man and sit up here and try, why would the Black, they needed help? They have to save the Black women. You don't even know the anger of a Black woman for what a man would try to do to a Black woman. And now maybe he ain't watched enough World Star. Maybe he ain't watched how these motherfuckers get down. So you tell me what makes them even more different than the average fucking Black woman out here that will goddamn and fuck a nigga up. What? Where? Maybe it is one or two left. And if it is, it's time to register your ass in a karate martial art motherfucking classroom, because the world been changed. We've been angry. Excuse my friend, at a nigga. We've been angry at them. We've been angry because they can't pay your fucking rent right. You've been angry because half of them, the dicks don't get up no more. You've been angry because they won't babysit for you no more, so you got to take off work. You've been angry because he can't take the baby to the doctor for you. We've been angry at niggas forever, and you mean to tell me that these women ain't angry? She fainted before she went in there to go handle her business against a man who horribly fucking hurt her. Nah. Give me that fucking baloney. So they got to sell this wolf story to somebody else. That's all I'm saying. I am compassionate to those that went through it, has been, you name it. I am. I sympathize with it a lot. I wish it will never happen. I never want a man to ever think that you can just have a body for your fucking pleasure. Like, just take it? No, that ain't the way it goes. Has it been that way for 100+ years? Fuck yeah. Massa took your great-great-great-grandmama when the fuck he felt like doing it. I'm over the Aaliyah marriage thing. Gives a fuck. Gives a fuck. I'm gonna tell you why I'm over that. Because her mother, she said it, and Aaliyah said it. And that's all it took for me. And I'm sorry, if they didn't have the courage to stand up and say, well, yeah, it did happen, why the fuck should I believe what anybody else says? This was their fight. This was their argument. This was their situation. I'm gonna believe it out the horse's fucking mouth. So I'm good on that part. It's what they said. It's what they said. That's what it is. I enjoyed you guys. I really, really, really enjoyed you guys, but I am super late for work. All because I wanted to come and put down and chat with you guys this morning. So taking a little hit right now, but it's all for the good. I appreciate you guys. Don't forget, get the likes up out there, you guys. I got to go make it do what it freaking fucking do. Y'all have a good, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful day.
had me from the start. By the way you said, the way you wrote it for me, yeah. Man, I felt your energy. Wasn't used to being loved and treated differently, yeah. Something went wrong, the signals got crossed, and now we're on completely different pages. Let's go where we were, where no one gets hurt. Baby, keep it right there, don't you stress the flow. You're trying to pick the pace up, we should take it slow. Baby, keep your focus, don't you make me change my mind. If you love me, baby, don't you switch up the vibe.
Don't forget, welcome all of the new subscribers. I appreciate you guys. We also have membership over here. If you choose and want to sit in and help the channel out by purchasing a membership, please do so. Click the link. It'll also take you over to some of my wear that I have established. So take a look around, shop around, click the button, get your subscription button over here so that you can become a One Papoose what, y'all? Member out here on the YouTube streets. Thank you, girls. Thank you, mods, for helping and keeping the channel growing. I appreciate y'all. I'm out.
Baby, keep it right there, don't just press the flow. You're trying to pick the pace up, we should take it slow. Baby, keep your focus, don't you make me change my mind. If you want me, baby, don't you switch up the vibe. Baby, don't you, baby, don't you, baby, don't you switch up the vibe. Baby, don't you, baby, don't you. Baby, don't you switch up the vibe. If you love me just like you say you do, don't kill the good vibe. If you kill him, you're gonna kill us too. Baby, keep it right there, don't you stress the flow. You're trying to pick the pace up, we should take it slow. Baby, keep your focus, don't you make me change my mind. If you love me, baby, don't you switch up the vibe. Baby, don't you, baby, don't you, baby, don't you switch up the vibe.